This is Bart Sharp with Greater Consciousness through Emotional Transformation. One of the biggest limitations we have is living in our story. In other words, we recall these limiting situations that have occurred into our lives and tell them to our friends, or we repeat them in our heads again and again and again about things that were failures or bad things that happened to us. And what happens when we start repeating these things is we replay it, and we usually replay it with a judgment about how bad it was. And actually, it makes it worse. It re-traumatizes our body. The body doesn't know the difference between the actual event and recalling the story. It just simply re-traumatizes the situation again. And so we can relive a trauma many, many times by re-traumatizing it. And this is one of the biggest limitations that we can create for our lives, because we multiply an emotion, or negative emotion in our body. And if you are wanting to manifest things in a positive way and use that energy to push forward and to create your life in this dynamic way, reliving your stories creates almost like a lead weight that is holding you back. And so what to do is not to relive your stories. We should recall our past enough to understand what the dynamics was of what happened. What were the lessons that we needed to learn? Where these types of emotions we experience are held in our body. Then clear them, and then really let it go. Give ourselves permission to live a new life. And for some people, that's quite challenging. It's much more easier to live in the past. It's almost like that's an easier compass to follow, as opposed to being in the present moment, where we're required to be spontaneous, create new things, have a more vivacious life where we are living in the moment and we feel life from the moment, and we stay into question about what can we create next. It's a different muscle to build. It's a lot more fun muscle to build when you learn how to live in that present moment. And it's one of the greatest challenges in people's lives, is to be in the present. And so would you be willing to let go of all of your old, sad stories, to learn from them, and then truly give yourself permission to let them go?